already remember what we're here to do. We win on our field. Sunday night football. That's what stars are for. Sunday fun day, baby. Waiting all day for Sunday night. Let's get it. Touchdown. Perfect throw. Strolls it in. Caught for a touchdown. A.J. Brown.
When I lose, this is my moment. You will not compete.
Your dagger.
This is for history. What time is it? In the future.
Find a way to get it done.
The top is my target.
Showtime, baby.
Showtime.
Touchdown!
Do it again.
To the pylon. To Pater.
Let the games begin. It's showtime. Prime time. Let the games begin.
Rodgers, Green Bay Packers history. He's unbelievable.
Showtime. Like prime time. Let the games begin. It's showtime.
Now in year 5, Josh Allen's leading the league's best offense with his Bills living up to those sky-high expectations. But it's been the complete opposite for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers with those 3 straight losses and a lot of struggles on offense and plenty of frustration made public as we get you set for Green Bay and Buffalo on NBC. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Football Night in America. Welcome to Western New York.
And the Bills Mafia.
The Bills Mafia is absolutely ready to roll. Maria Taylor alongside Tony Dungy. We're wishing well Rodney Harrison, who's back at home sick. But we got a great game coming up because these Bills fans are hyped to be on top of the AFC. The way that they're trending, Super Bowl is all in their minds right now. What have you looked up to about this Bills offense so far this season?
Well, to quote my mentor, Denny Green, the Bills are who we thought they were. They are very explosive on offense, and they're playing rock-solid defense, and they've got chemistry.
Well, what's the opposite, it seems like, for Aaron Rodgers and their offense, something we haven't seen. The 2-time reigning MVP just really struggling to get anything going on offense, Coach.
And I think it starts up front. I don't think he has confidence in his offensive line. They've had moving parts in and out, haven't run the ball as effectively, so that's put a lot more pressure on the passing game, and they're not getting anything down the field. They've got to challenge Buffalo down the field tonight.
Well, obviously, really hoping that his left tackle, David Bakhtiari, can join the offensive line again, because that would make a huge difference for Matt LaFleur's squad, who's lost 3 straight. But earlier, Jack Collinsworth caught up with the Bills head coach, who has plenty to be happy about. Here's Sean McDermott and Jack.
So, Coach, you are undefeated coming off the bye week, and this year you got Mahomes and you got Aaron Rodgers that bookend the week off. So how do you keep momentum after beating Kansas City?
Well, it's really about our level of play and trying to improve every week. This week's no different. Whether you're coming off the bye or going back-to-back weeks, it's important that we play well.
And you've only played Aaron Rodgers once over your 6 seasons with Buffalo. So what's at the top of your mind as you try to slow him down tonight?
He's tough. I mean, he's a future Hall of Famer for a reason, and arguably, the best quarterback, as Josh said this week, in the league. I just think that, we got to do what we do. We got to play fundamentally sound, get to the football, and then play well up front, obviously.
Coach, really appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight. Back over to you, Maria.
Got to play fundamentally sound and have Josh Allen on your side. We got plenty more to come here on Football Night. We'll hear from Allen and Jordan Poyer. But for now, let's go to the studio with Ahmed Fareed.
Oh, thank you, Maria. A good week not to be in studio. I think it's haunted. Got bats here, got giant spiders, got Chris Sims. Oh, my gosh.
Really scary.
Thank goodness we got Jason Garrett for that. All right, we got a good one tonight. Packers and Bills. What's the first thought for you, Chris?
Well, the Bills, of course. I think they're one of the best teams in football, along with the Philadelphia Eagles. Josh Allen, we knew they had the best quarterback in the game, along with Mahomes. But I think the other thing you look at is their defense is different this year. It's legitimately, last year was #1 in football, but it was really a paper defense. This year, I think they legitimately have a front 4 that's scary, along with a lot of other parts that make them a legit reality #1 defense in football.
This is Simsy. They absolutely do. And it's a great challenge for Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers. I've never seen a guy make playing the quarterback position look easier than Aaron Rodgers through his career. The last dozen years or so, the guy's Superman. It's like recess out there. That's not what's happening right now. It looks like a struggle. It looks hard. And the challenge for him is take the young offensive linemen, take the young receivers, and reach down and lead them and try to bring them to his his level. He's done that throughout his career. It'll be a tough challenge tonight against Buffalo.
Yeah, we've never seen him like this. I mean, he's usually torturing guys like this on the sideline. Right now, you know, the coaches are getting the best of him.
Who's in the Aaron Rodgers costume right now? We don't know. It's unidentified. Let's take a look at the early games right now. There was one undefeated team entering today. There's still one undefeated team. Jason, we're going to start with this Eagles' impressive performance. That's what matters to you most from the early games.
Yeah, talk about impressive all year long. We've been banging this drum. They're among the best teams because of the most complete team. They did it in all phases today. A.J. Brown went wild, 3 touchdowns. The defense was all over Pittsburgh. They had 6 sacks, 2 takeaways. They were dominant throughout. They've been the best team. They're the most complete team.
Yeah, agreed with you there. And then this is what jumps out to me, Ahmed. This is the second best team in the NFC for my money. Yeah, this is crazy. Jason Garrett's talking about the Eagles. I'm talking about the Cowboys. But they showed their explosive ability on offense today. I think that's the big thing. Dak Prescott on 3rd downs, the ability to push the ball down the field, to Gallup and CeeDee Lamb. It opened up the run game, big plays for Pollard. I thought Dallas looked really good.
And what you're saying, Simsy, is they're a team. They're playing like a team. Defense has been dominant all year long. Offense was dominant today, running pass. Dak looked like he's in rhythm.
Yeah.
They were awfully good.
What has been a surprise, too, is the quality of the NFC East this year. That is something that has been different than past years. The Giants, you can throw them into the mix there as well with the Cowboys and the Eagles. Halloween weekend. This has been a house of horrors for every NFL team. It could be tonight for the Packers as well.
Look at Stephon Diggs. He's a crowd favorite, a crowd pleaser. Yeah. Oh, someone caught it. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs leading the Buffalo Bills in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. A lot thanks to that guy, Josh Allen. My favorite quote of the week was outside linebacker for the Packers calling Josh Allen Hulk with an arm. That's what Preston Smith said about Josh Allen. And Coach, you know, we're constantly so excited. By the way, hi, Bully. Hi, Billy. Thanks for joining us. The tallest mascot I've seen so far in the NFL. He's taller than me, right. But we've seen from Josh Allen extraordinary plays. But I know you, Coach. You love fundamentals, and you want to talk about what he does well in the most simple of ways.
I do. My coach in Pittsburgh, Chuck Noll, always said champions do the ordinary things better than everyone else. And that's what I've seen with Josh Allen this year. We heard Coach McDermott talk about fundamentals to Jack Collinsworth, and we're seeing that in the pocket, just getting his feet set, stepping towards the target, making accurate throws over the middle. And he's not just locking in on one guy. He's following his progressions. Read 1, not there. Go to number 2, not there. Keep my feet set, get my balance, and make that strike to number 3 read. But of course, when you need an extraordinary play, this guy can do it as well as anybody. What quarterback in the NFL does this, making plays outside the pocket? He's just been phenomenal.
Only Hulk with an arm. And you heard the MVP chants over here from the Bills Mafia. It's hard to argue with him with the way that he's playing. But we also have to talk about the weapons that he has. We mentioned Gabe Davis, Isaiah McKenzie, Dawson Knox, Stephon Diggs. They've really been playing up to a level that's been impressive all season long as well.
And I know that's what has to be worrying Packers coordinator Joe Barry tonight. He's spreading the ball around. He's not just throwing to Stephon Diggs. It's different players every week. He's following his reads and getting it to the open man. That is why they're so dangerous.
Yeah, Josh Allen right now just averaging 330 passing yards per game. No big deal, a normal day. Walk in the Orchard Park for him. Meanwhile, guess who else is out here in Orchard Park? Jack Collinsworth, and he found some special guests.
Maria, around the streets of Buffalo, they don't trick or treat, they table slam. And for further explanation, we phoned in the experts in the WWE superstars, Omos and MVP. You got a little size too. You ever play any football?
I did fall off about 6 months, then I decided to go for professional wrestling.
I love that. How about for you? Walk us through the art of the table slam.
All right, so for a proper table slam, you need height and acceleration. That equals destruction. So, Omos, grab that Packers fan. So you need height, and then acceleration, except
his bags are packed, send him home.
He's a Packers fan. He's got a rough enough life as it is.
Hey, for the real thing, Monday Night Raw, tomorrow night on USA. Aaron Rodgers, he gets spared before kickoff. Too nice, man. We got a nice guy right here in Omas. The Bills and the Packers on Halloween weekend.
How about this? All the wrestling superstars at the game today. Macho Man Randy Savage.
Man, look at that. Looking good, Macho Man.
Oh, yeah. That was it, right? Oh, yeah. Thought you would do that. Panthers-Falcons, the craziest game of the day, Coach. Deontay Foreman, 3 touchdowns for him.
Back and forth. Foreman was outstanding running the football for Carolina, but Atlanta wasn't going away.
Marcus Mariota to Demir Bird, 47 yards. Falcons retake the lead by 3.
What's going on in this? Got wild. The run after the catch by Bird was huge. But again, Carolina not going away. Look at this one here.
We've just only begun. They need a miracle, do the Carolina Panthers. P.J. Walker finds the miracle with DJ Moore.
What a throw. This thing was almost 70 yards in the air. DJ tracks it. He makes the catch of the day, but then he takes his helmet off.
Oh, so the extra point goes back 15 yards further, and Eddie Pinheiro misses it. So that could have been the game winner. Now we're going to overtime.
The football gods, you don't do that right there.
They had another chance, got an interception. This to win it from Pinheiro, 32, but no.
You miss an extra point, you miss a chip shot field goal. 2 great opportunities to win the ball game for Carolina. And here comes Atlanta.
Falcons were like, all right, we gave you enough chances here. Marcus Mariota, 30 yards with his legs into field goal range. 3 plays later, we got Younghoe Koo from 41 yards out. We got a field goal made.
Back and forth, back and forth. Atlanta holds on. Boy, he's going to be thinking about taking that helmet off all night long.
Falcons sit alone in first place in the NFC South at 4-4. Raiders and Saints. Saints fans celebrating Halloween, or maybe that's just how they always look here. This was a good day for the Saints offense.
It was. It was a great day for their defense, too. Alvin Kamara looked great, not only just running the football, but catching the ball out of the backfield like you see here.
Alvin Kamara, a 16-yard touchdown and a 36-yard touchdown here. 3 touchdowns on the day.
That's right. And again, set up a great field position. The defense was phenomenal. But Andy Dalton and Kamara, great job.
Tough day for the Raiders and Josh McDaniels, even after the game.
Obviously, that wasn't good enough. Oh, boy. We'll start over. Obviously, that wasn't good enough in any way, shape, or form.
That's the definition of struggling in all phases.
The lights went out on offense.
Broncos and Jaguars, top of the morning to you. Wembley Stadium over in London. Russell Wilson.
High knees in the aisle today. Got it going.
Broncos down 3. This is K.J. Hamler, big 47-yard
big
game.
Throw right there. Seriously, deep pass, gets him in position here. Got the offense jump-started to get the score by Kyler Murray, Ahmed.
Latavius Murray there. Sorry. 2-yard touchdown. Know your Murrays.
Seriously, Latavius.
Jaguars trying to come back here. Trevor Lawrence looking for Christian Kirk. No.
Yeah, the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence, they missed some opportunities to control the game early. This was a bad off-target throw by Trevor Lawrence. Big win for Nathaniel Hackett.
That snapped their 4-game losing streak due to the Denver Broncos. Bears and Cowboys. Cowboys went up big early. Bears stayed in it here. Justin Fields finding David Montgomery, but we got a fumble, Coach.
Cowboys had touchdowns in their first 4 possessions, huge lead, but watch Micah Parsons on this play. He's rushing the quarterback. He comes out of the stack. He goes and picks it up. Justin Fields hurdles him.
Somebody touch him, please.
And get that guy the ball. They're going to start using him on offense next week, I guarantee it.
Oh, I mean, that's one time where your athletic ability actually hurts you.
Yeah, it definitely does. Yes.
Touches him right there. He's down, but nope. And then Tony Pollard playing for an injured Ezekiel Elliott. Does not play because of a knee injury. Didn't need him in this one. 131 yards and 3 touchdowns for Pollard.
Yeah, no Zeke, no problem. Pollard was outstanding. They did a great job at the end of the ball game, controlling with their guys up front. Pollard did the rest.
29 points given up, a little bit more than we've seen that Cowboys defense give up, but they scored 49. What have you seen with this offense?
Well, right, we knew the defense was good.
Right.
The offense, I mean, what we saw today was the first day of really big plays on that side of the ball, and it's because of this guy. Yeah, Dak was on the move. His movement, his ability to keep the ball on quarterback design runs or bootlegs themselves opened up a lot of big plays for the Cowboys.
Simsy loved how Kellen Moore dressed it all up with some motion, some formation, the quarterback run, and then the naked bootleg one more time. When Dak gets out in space, he sees it well and can deliver strikes. Great balance throughout. He was orchestrating it all.
They got everything on the offense. Yeah. I mean, we know the defense can make plays, and they're chaotic. Offensively, they got weapons on the receiver that are hard to match up with. And then you add in the Tony Pollard thing at running back. It makes them scary. And Dak, I think he'll get better and better as the season goes on here.
You mentioned it. They got some weapons. Maybe they're going to be adding some more weapons to a 6-2 team right now. Let's bring in Mike Florio of Pro Football Talk. Mike, good to see you. Trade deadline 4 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday. So what's the latest you're hearing on some of the names that could be on the move?
Well, after today's win over the Bears, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones said that he's been getting some calls from other teams offering him receivers, and in response to that, his position is we will see. Now, there are plenty of names out there at the receiver position, but the Cowboys likely won't want to give up a lot to get one. Here's a name to watch. Cedric Wilson plays for the Dolphins, used to play for the Cowboys, not playing much in Miami, maybe could be coming back to Dallas. Bradley Chubb, the pass rusher from the Broncos, been a lot of talk about him being traded, but the Broncos won today, and that could end the trade speculation. Same thing for Alvin Kamara, the Saints running back. Chatter about him being traded. Saints win. They're very much alive in the NFC South. And I spoke to Cam Jordan, the Saints pass rusher, after the game, and he said to Alvin Kamara, are you worried about being traded? And he said, whatever happens, I'm bleeding black and gold.
A lot to track over the next couple of days. Mike will be all over it for sure. Got to share a cool story with you. This is Bills long snapper Reed Ferguson. Now, Reed's younger brother, Blake, also a long snapper for the Dolphins. Miami was in Detroit earlier today. The Ferguson parents, there's Kevin and Tracy, were on hand to watch Blake and the Dolphins win. But that was just part one of the doubleheader. The boys pitched in to get mom and dad on a private plane to Buffalo, and we are happy to report they got on that plane. They've made the trip. They've landed. We're hearing they just pulled into the parking lot at the stadium moments ago as we continue to count down to Sunday Night Football. Wow, talk about a parent's dream come true.
That's a real doubleheader.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Let's go! Bills All-Pro safety Jordan Poyer returned a couple of weeks ago after suffering cracked ribs and a lung injury. He was cleared to play in Kansas City, but he wasn't medically cleared to fly there, so he traveled by van. A remarkable journey that Poyer discussed with Michael Smith on this week's edition of Get Set.
When did the idea first come up that, hey, you can't fly, but you can take the ride for 16 hours?
Hey, what was your thought when they suggested this?
Started planning it with the wifey, started planning all of our hotel stops. We left Friday after practice at about 2:30, got to Indy at about 10:30 Friday night. Left Indy at 9:30 on Saturday, and then got to KC at about 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. Yeah. My daughter just enjoying the ride in the back of her iPad, asking me 50 times, hey, Daddy, how much more time we got left? 5 hours, Pumpkin. Hey, Daddy, how much more time we got left? 3 hours, Pumpkin. You better hang on. Both her and my wife were troopers on the whole trip, so it was awesome, like I said, to experience.
What'd you do to pass the time?
I watched a lot of film, and I did a lot of recovery stuff. They gave me some BFR. I was able to do that on the bus and bands. I was trying to stay loose and trying to do the things I can, because flying planes is hard enough going during a away trip, you know, and let alone sitting on a bus for 7 hours there, and it was a long trip.
You must have got pretty close to the driver, too.
Yeah, we did.
What was the driver's name?
Joseph.
Yeah.
Shout out to Joseph, man. He was a trooper. He mobbed the whole way, got him a hotel, and he mobbed back, and
awesome.
It was really cool.
What do you think it meant to your team for you to be there?
You know, I don't know, you know, I didn't do it for nobody else but those guys. But at the same time, I'll be able to look back at this and know that I did everything I could to help this team win football games.
The Jordan Poyer that I know, man, he didn't want to let his teammates down. 15, 16 hours in a van to go play a football game. Man, that just shows you the type of guy that he is.
The trip was smooth, man. We had a good time.
But you never do it again?
I'd never do it again.
I hope he doesn't have to. That's great stuff from Jordan and Michael. The full interviews on the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. But, Coach, after 15 hours, 1,000 miles on the road, he still played 100% of the defensive snap. But I think that just goes to show what this Bills defense is all about.
It really does. And more than what he did on the field, just being there. Leslie Frazier, their defensive coordinator, told me yesterday, Jordan's always been a leader. He's been the quarterback of the secondary. But it's been even more important this year because his partner, Micah Hyde, has been out. So he's had to do more with those young defensive players.
Yeah, let's talk about those injuries. You know, Tre'Davious White, we haven't seen him since week 12 of last season. Poyer was out week 3 and week 5. I mean, the injuries abound in the secondary. We've seen 2 rookies rolling in and having to play a lot of snaps for this team, but they're still number 1 in the league in defense coming into week 8.
Unbelievable job. Young people in and out of the lineup. You mentioned Tre'Davious White being out, Christian Benford, and
Elam.
Elam, yes. Playing at a high level as rookies, and it's just unbelievable. But that's the camaraderie they have. That's the chemistry they have. It starts with Sean McDermott and Leslie Frazier, but Jordan Poyer has so much to do with that.
And it probably doesn't hurt that Von Miller's there as well. You've got a 12-year veteran kind of leading the way, and he's leading the team in sacks, and they seem to follow him.
Yes, a leader on the field, a leader off the field, but what he has brought is that knowledge. We can get pressure. We don't have to blitz. We can use our 7 coverage guys to mix things up, and we're going to get that quarterback throwing fast because of Vaughn.
All right, and he's played Aaron Rodgers 4 times. He's got 3 sacks against him. He's probably going to want to try and get another one here tonight. You know, it is still Halloween Eve, so we couldn't leave without a couple of Halloween costumes. Is that Ricky Bobby? Sasquatch, okay.
All right.
We'll take him. Fred Flintstone's in the building.
Okay. Hulk Hogan?
Is that Hulk Hogan? I don't even know. Okay, we've got the entire Highmark Stadium here. We've got Jason, we've got Freddie, we've got a ball game. Packers on the road taking on the Bills. We'll be right back.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. $1 for 5 boneless wings with any handcrafted burger. And by Sky Rizzy.
Football Night in America continues from the field here at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. Aaron Rodgers making a visit, trying to win in this stadium for the first time. Nobody created more headline news this week in the league than Aaron Rodgers with his comments that started after the loss in Washington on Sunday. And a lot of it is focused on the young wide receivers that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers have to depend on because of injuries. No Randall Cobb, no Alan Lazard again tonight. Aaron telling us this week, I'm not asking him to do anything that they can't do. He's tried it all. Kid gloves, now accountability. Is it their time to step up on a national stage in a spot where Rodgers is as big an underdog as he's ever been in his career? It's going to be even tougher. Elton Jenkins, their terrific starting offensive lineman, is out tonight, a late scratch. That is the 3rd straight week with a different set up front, trying to pass protect for Aaron Rodgers. The game's ahead, but more highlights are ahead as well. Back to the studio, and Ahmed.
All right, thank you, Mike. Yeah, how the Packers will respond, a huge question today. Here are the highlights. Commanders and Colts. Matt Ryan bench Sam Ehlinger making his first career start. He's from Texas. He likes someone next to me.
Who are you, Sam?
Chris Sims, Charles, New York.
You're Chris Sims?
First mistake he made in life.
Exactly. He wanted to be you.
Ball leaped out of his hand.
I think you might want to be Taylor Heineke. Just check out this 4th quarter last-second comeback.
Unbelievable. Just hangs around, and it's 4th quarter Heineke time. Great job buying time, finding McLaurin, gets the quarterback sneak. Commanders win.
3rd consecutive win for them after a 1-4 start. Let's check out the Titans and Texans. 3rd-round pick Malik Willis making his first career start. Ryan Tannehill injured. Easy first day on the job. He just handed it off to Derrick Henry, Coach.
Yeah, Malik threw it 10 times. He handed this guy 32 times in the game, and why not? Again and again and again. It's a great formula for the Titans.
5th straight win for Tennessee. They play at Kansas City next Sunday night. Check this out. So he owns a lot of teams out there.
Yes, he does.
Definitely likes playing against the Houston Texans. The 4th straight time versus the Texans, he has had 200 or more rushing yards and 2 touchdowns.
It's amazing what they did today. Their defensive line dominated. He dominated. Me and Jason Garrett could play quarterback on that team.
Lions were dominating early against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins and Tua Tagovailoa had to come back and just throw it up to Tyreek Hill.
Well, it was big plays all over the place. Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Detroit Lions had no answer for that combination. And then we get on a 3rd and 6. We get a little man-to-man coverage, great play design, and see you later. Nobody can run with Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle's 2nd touchdown of the half. Hill had 188 yards receiving.
Waddle.
Maybe the best celebration in all of football right now. Late 3rd, Dolphins still down 3. Tua looking for Mike Gesicki, and there's your game winner.
He is a red zone threat. You worry about those 2 guys on the edge, Waddle and Hill, and then it's Gesicki down the middle.
So Tua now The Dolphins 5-0 when he starts and finishes a game this season, and he's got these guys are tough to stop.
They got it all going. I mean, they're creative on that side of the ball. They can run the ball. He's wheeling and dealing, and of course, those two receivers are scary.
New England Patriots at the New York Jets. Mac Jones getting the start after he was replaced by rookie Bailey Zappi last week against the Bears. Wasn't looking good for him here. Late in the second quarter, Jones picked off by Michael Carter II.
Ahmed, the biggest play of the game. Jets have a chance to go up 17-3 at the end of the half. Get a roughing the passer penalty. It's the right call, but it changed the game. New England comes back out in the second half and takes control of the ball game.
Yeah, Robert Saleh not liking it. Jonathan Franklin Myers, the call was a late hit. And so then here come the Patriots on 4th and 1. Jones finding Jacoby Myers. That's a 5-yard touchdown. Then fourth quarter, Jets running out of time. Zach Wilson sacked by Lawrence Scott.
And it was just a struggle all day long for Zach. He looked uncomfortable in the pocket. He made some bad decisions. New England's defense took charge of this ball game. That was the difference.
Bill Belichick passing George Halas for second most career coaching wins, including the playoffs. He has 325 and more to come, I'm sure. What'd you think of Zach Wilson? Because he goes for 355 yards passing. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Also had those 3 interceptions.
It wasn't a good day. It wasn't. You know, they're in a 4-game win streak because they've been smart playing team football, defense. Let's run it. Let's take care of the ball and not throw risky passes down the football field. This looked like rookie Zach Wilson. Off the back foot, fading away, misses the target high. He did that last week against Denver. This is just too loose. This is like you're hanging out in the backyard with your friends. No, it's the New England Patriots and Bill Belichick. You can't just, hey, I'm going to maybe throw it out of bounds and maybe give my guy a chance. And then this one too, Ahmed. You know, again, I know they're trying to make a play, but the defense was playing pretty well. It wasn't like Mac Jones and company were going up and down the field, just too loose today.
One of the biggest things for a young quarterback to learn is don't make a bad play into a disastrous play. Look at that scoreboard. Okay, it's a field goal game. It's a 7-point game. You're in it. And he was too frivolous with the ball. It came back to bite him. That was the difference. New England taking the ball away and poor decisions by Zach.
He did a great job escaping a bunch of pressure sacks and did that. He's been great at that. The Patriots were all over him. But when you do that, just throw it away and play the game that coach is talking about instead of giving more life to the New England Patriots.
You'll take some of the mistakes if you get the big plays. The best combination is to have no mistakes and all big plays. And that seems like Josh Allen's year so far for the Buffalo Bills. We'll get to see him play again tonight here on Sunday Night Football. The front runner for the MVP. Chris Sims is going to make a video of him saying that he wants to be Josh Allen.
I still do. Can I be Josh Allen?
This is what happens when we get together.
This house is on fire! Runs up the middle, and he dives across the goal line.
Great execution. That's gorgeous.
Take that home with you.
Touchdown!
This is what happens when we get together.
Rodgers fires. Touchdown! Green Bay Packers. Get the job done.
Diggs caught. Touchdown. They are rolling him now.
It's a confident quarterback.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Kind of hard to believe that there were once questions over whether that guy, Josh Allen, would be the long-term guy in Buffalo. Well, he is. Now he's the MVP favorite. And as Chris found out over the summer, it is partly due to the way that he throws the football.
It's coming in fast, coming in hot like a meteor.
Not as mechanically sound as I'd like to be, but I think that kind of comes in part because I'm doing so much other stuff. I'm moving, I'm getting out of the pocket, I'm throwing from different arm angles. In my mind, I see a little strike zone.
Okay.
Like there's something right here telling my arm, like the ball's got to be released here. As I'm getting rotation, if I can continue to release the ball in the same spot, now I got to change my shoulders for trajectory.
Gotcha.
But in terms of like releasing the ball, I'm trying to be as precise and accurate and similar every time I throw the ball.
How did he make that happen? He fired a laser.
And then we incorporated a little, like every once in a while I do the Aaron Rodgers foot pop.
I see it. I know.
If I'm throwing to my left and I'm just closed, that little pop allows me to rotate and get as open as I can be there.
So that's something you like stole from Rodgers basically a little bit?
Yeah, basically. It got me into a position where like everything was going this way. Yeah, and it's been working out.
Caught for the touchdown. An amazing strike that Dawson Knox.
You're very comfortable almost throwing flat-footed to a degree at times.
Yeah, and that's why, like, in our offense, we've got so many options. I'd rather be, like, sitting here on my back leg. You do your job, you get open.
Right.
And when you're open, that's when I'm like,
you're gonna
I'm
pull
just
the
waiting
trigger.
for you, and as soon as I see either break in That's why, like, I set up to throw left.
Yeah.
Then I adjust to throw right. With that thought process and with being a rotational thrower,
yeah,
I can still throw this way from this angle.
Yes.
So setting up left, and if he breaks out, it's still this way.
That's why you're a freak of nature, too, though. Okay. He makes it sound so easy. I got a couple former quarterbacks here. Is it that easy?
What? I mean, I don't even, when he says that stuff, I was there for that interview. You know, how many times did you ever set up to your left to throw it right or be able to do that? That's how talented the guy is.
Your description, freak of nature, is perfect. Who does this? And he does this, and he kind of said, he never closes his shoulder to throw that way. He just flips it out there.
And my arm.
Yeah,
no
and there's evidence on tape. He's just not telling us a story. You know, and to me, he's Roy Hobbs. He's the natural. I don't know if you guys remember the movie. He's you know, we talked about Aaron Rodgers making it look easy. This guy makes it look easy, and we've seen these amazing plays he's made from year one, right from the start. But the maturity level is the thing for me. The decision making. He sees the field. He goes through his progressions. He makes great decisions time and time again. When the big one's there, he rips it.
That's right. He sees the cover two corner there, knows there's a hole, all right? Hey, been burned by the blitz a few times early in the game against the Kansas City Chiefs, gets the team into the right protection, he's all protected. Now he gets the one-on-one shot, perfect throw down the sideline. Here, again, just having recognition. Hey, it's cover 3. That guy should be in the deep middle of the field. He recognizes he's kind of sniffing out the crossing route. Okay, that opens up this post route that I shouldn't have here against this coverage. So it's what coach is talking about. We know the off-schedule, backyard, quarterback design, run plays, outside the pocket. It's all insanity. It really is. But he can beat you in the pocket with his surgicality in his brains, and I think that's what's so impressive.
Surgicality is a heck of a word.
Like that one?
That's what it is. I don't think it's a real word, but we'll go with it. I don't know if he's a real quarter. I mean, this is superhuman stuff we're seeing here. How do you slow it down? Tony and Maria, how are the Packers going to plan to do this tonight, you think?
All I know is y'all better stop making up words. And I also know Tony Dungy is a freak of nature. Everywhere we've been, we walk into Highmark Stadium instantly chanting Tony Dungy. I love it. You are the godfather of the NFL. And as the godfather, I need you to diagnose something for me. The Packers defense, they are first in pass defense, 27th in rush defense. What do they have to do tonight to stay in the game against this Bills offense?
Well, I think they have to control the line of scrimmage better. They do have to stop the run. Buffalo can run it well, but in the passing game, again, I don't know. I'm like Chris Sims. I don't have a word to really stop this Buffalo offense. Yeah. If I were going against them, I would want to keep Josh Allen in the pocket because I think that's where he makes those demoralizing plays. When he gets outside, makes the big play. But even in the pocket, he's been great this year. So they've got to count on their rushers, Preston Smith, Rashawn Gary, to win those one-on-ones, use 7 guys, mix the coverages, keep him in the pocket, and try to keep that ball underneath.
Yeah, and Josh Allen leads his team in rushing. It's great to see Rashawn Gary back clearing that concussion protocol. He leads the Packers in sacks, so that's also huge to have him right on the field. Let's go over to Jack and Matthew.
Yeah, Maria, heard you talking a little defense. Time now for Sunday Night 7 and the $100,000 jackpot. So, Matthew, could these two quarterbacks go wild tonight against that defense? How many total yards for Josh Allen?
Yeah, I mean, you heard Josh Allen talking with Chris Sims. There's just so much versatility to his game, not only with the arm, but obviously with the rushing as well. And so Josh Allen, who's averaging over 370 total yards a game, my concern here, he may not play all 4 quarters. He may not need to. So I'm taking the option of the 330 to 349 option on the Sunday Night 7. And I think that's a good range for him as well. As for Aaron Rodgers, I think it's going to be a long night for him. He's averaging just 228 passing yards per game so far. Bills allowing just 205 passing yards per game. No Allen Lazard for Rodgers as well. Bills have had 2 weeks to prepare for number 12. I think it's a long night for Rodgers. Give me the 200 to 219 range for Aaron Rodgers tonight on Sunday Night 7.
And you can make your picks along with us on the NBC Sports Predictor app. How about that run game, Matthew Berry? Take a look at the running backs for Green Bay. May have to lean on that group.
They need to get it going.
Sunday Night Football coming up.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
It's been 4 years since they last met. And
And while the past is unforgettable,
the Green Bay Packers all the way.
There's a new thriller.
An amazing strike.
He's going to make you pay.
He's even more dangerous.
He's unbelievable. Wow.
But have no fear. Relax. We've been down this road before, haven't we?
I feel like we can run the table. I really do.
It's always been like this.
Don't waste your time reading crap like that.
Tonight, it ends.
This might be the best thing for us.
Only one will escape victorious. And you never know what to expect.
Continuing to celebrate our Halloween weekend. A little help from Frank. That's Aaron Rodgers' doppelganger. What do you think, Coach? Pretty good match?
He looks like him. Can he throw like him? That's what.
Listen, I don't know, but I don't think he has the haircut yet. We got to go ahead and get the little mullet thing going. Let's talk about what the offense has to get going for the Packers by starting with what you've seen. Diagnose the offense, Coach, and what the struggles have been for Aaron Rodgers.
Well, when they've really been good in Green Bay, they've been balanced. They're not running the ball as much. They're running it well when they run it, but they've got to get back to that running game, and they've got to make some big plays up the field. Everybody is playing them for the short pass. This is a key 4th and 1 last week, and Washington corner, who's in man-to-man, he just lets the deep guy go because he feels this ball is going to come out fast. Makes the play here. Another thing I know the Bills have been working on, I talked to them yesterday, ball's coming out fast. You might not get a chance to rush defensive linemen. Get your hands up early and see if you can knock down passes. So I think Aaron Rodgers has to take this ball up the field more.
Yeah, a stat that stands out to me, only 18% of his passes are for 15 yards or more, Coach.
And that's not the Aaron Rodgers we're used to seeing.
All right, David Bakhtiari, he should be back. Remember, was dealing with the knee injury. We thought maybe he would play last week, but the difference that he could make for this offensive line.
Oh, I think that will help them. Number one, get your rock on the left side back. Give Aaron Rodgers confidence that his blind side is protected, and they're going to need that. They're going to need that confidence to be able to throw the ball tonight.
You see that missed all but one game last season, so to have that stalwart back on your line is going to be huge because you got to go up against guys like Von Miller as we go on the field, presented by Hyundai. And let's start right there, Coach, and what we've seen, the instant impact of the 6 sacks of Von Miller this season.
Von Miller has brought a presence to this defense. He rushes off both sides. You'll see him lined up left side and right side. He's the guy that can turn a game with one rush and just make that highlight reel play.
Okay, we're looking forward to maybe seeing it. Meanwhile, Aaron Jones, the leading rusher, 432 rushing yards for the Packers this season.
And they've got to get him the ball in the running game, get that going. But I think you'll see him used as a receiver. No Allen Lazard tonight, no Randall Cobb. He's the guy that Aaron Rodgers has the most confidence and chemistry with.
And a guy that we have to talk about, Coach, Leslie Frazier, defensive coordinator for the Bills, his 6th season here, but so impressed with what this defense has been able to do. Look at that. Tied for 3rd, 1st, 7th, and 4th. Those are top-notch rankings.
And they're leading the league in scoring defense. They're doing it, playing a lot of young players, rookies in the defensive backfield. Leslie Frazier is a tremendous coach, but he has really instilled confidence in this group.
Been in the league since 1999, 14 seasons as a coordinator. 7 of those seasons, his defense has been ranked top 10. Not half bad. Now we send it back over to Jack.
Yeah, Maria, I'm thinking about this Buffalo offense. They have risen to the top of the league since trading for Stephon Diggs a few years back. So what kind of numbers do you think he puts up out here tonight?
Really big ones, Jack. Look, he's had over 100 yards in 4 to 6 games so far this year. I know people are concerned about the shadow by Alexander, but they move him all over the field. He'll avoid that. He's averaging 10 targets a game, 8 receptions a game. When Stephon Diggs is getting that kind of volume, you can't stop him. I think he has 80, 90, 100 receiving yards tonight. By the way, Stephon Diggs has scored in 7 straight games against the Packers. So if you're looking for someone to score a touchdown at, I don't know, any time, I think he's a good choice tonight.
You just heard Coach Dungy talking about Aaron Rodgers. He's still looking for answers at wide receiver. Threw both those touchdowns last week to Aaron Jones, his running back. So how will Jones be used in the pass game out here tonight?
Well, significantly, exactly. Coach Dungy talking about the fact that with no Cobb, no Lazard, regard. He's who Aaron Rodgers trusts. You think about after the Jets game, Matt LaFleur said we have to get Aaron Jones more involved, and he did that last week. 10 targets, season high, 9 receptions last week. And so with the Packers as a double-digit underdog here, I think they're going to be trailing. They need Aaron Jones to be a big part of the receiving game. I think he has a really big game tonight, especially in the receiving game.
Yeah, and for any new BetMGM customers, you can sign up, bet $10 on any NFL game. You get $150 in free bets, win or lose, using the bonus code NBC150. Let's send it back in to Ahmed.
Yeah, thank you, Jack. If the Packers are going to win, it almost does seem like Aaron Jones has to have a huge game. Last few highlights. We'll go to Minnesota right now. Vikings-Cardinals. Jared Allen inducted into the Vikings Ring of Honor at halftime, casually showing up on horseback.
That guy could rush, Ahmed.
Way to do it. Hard to get after Kyler Murray. He finds DeAndre Hopkins here. A great one-handed catch.
What a difference Hopkins made coming back. 12 catches today. He was all over the place. Ignited that Cardinals offense.
Still down, though, in the Vikings. They got some weapons as well. We go in the fourth. Vikings up by 2. Kirk Cousins. We've heard of Jefferson and Thielen, but how about KJ Osborne?
They've been playing these games all year long, and they're finding ways to win, and they have a lot of weapons. KJ makes a big-time play in the corner of the end zone.
Cardinals need a comeback. Kyler Murray. He's got some time. Over the middle. Finds Cameron Bynum. Problem is he plays for the wrong team.
He sure does. Arizona trying to get back into it at the end. Kyler trying to lead them back. It was a big game for them. Minnesota holds them off. That's what they've been doing all year long.
5th straight win. Their best start since 2009. Steelers and Eagles. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown. It was rinse, repeat for the Eagles against the Steelers here today.
You think A.J. was a good pickup? Just throw it deep to him. Into cover 2 on top of the safety. A.J. goes and gets it. And I don't know what that celebration is, but it's pretty good.
39-yard touchdown, followed up with a 27-yard. I mean, what again? Perfect throw.
Hey, dropping it down the stove hatch, Simsy. Jalen Hurts can throw the deep ball.
No instant replay here, Coach. This is a different play altogether. 3rd touchdown of the day.
But it's the same idea. Safety in the middle of the field. He's there by himself. Jalen knows, gives him a chance. He drops down the hatch. A.J. does the rest, and more celebrations for the Eagles.
Yeah, Hurts finished a career best 4 touchdown passes.
That Batman there.
That's what he calls himself, Jason Kelsey, yeah. The Batman theme throughout. 49ers and Rams, 3rd quarter, Niners down 4. Jimmy Garoppolo to Christian McCaffrey, his new toy.
What a play by Garoppolo, hanging in the pocket, and then McCaffrey just sneaking up the sideline. Great catch. This is why they traded for this guy. He's dangerous in all facets of the game.
4th quarter, Niners still up 3. McCaffrey, he can do it all.
He's a home run hitter. And again, this is a team we know that likes to run the football and throw to the running back out of the backfield. And we saw the full variety of the Shanahan system using McCaffrey, and then you use him as a little play-action fake, and guess what, Ahmed? George Kittle's wide open for a touchdown over the middle.
More on Christian McCaffrey here in just a bit. Niners win their 8th straight regular season game against the Rams. Giants and Seahawks.
The G-Men.
Only matchup this week of teams with winning records. How about that? Would not have guessed that coming into the year. Scoreless in the 2nd quarter. Geno Smith, the end zone. DK Metcalf, good to see him playing.
Well, nobody would have guessed this guy's tearing up the league, too. Geno Smith just throwing dimes all over the place, finding DK Metcalf wide open in the back of the end zone.
Other end, though, after Seahawks fumble, Saquon Barkley, 1-yard touchdown. So we go to the 4th. Close game, low-scoring game, tied at 13. Smith going deep, looking for Tyler Lockett.
Oh, and he's got him. I mean, just puts the ball right on the money. Touchdown. Lockett had dropped the pass earlier, strikes it there. And again, the big play Seahawks, very impressive throughout the day.
Geno's got 13 touchdown passes on the season, already tying his career high. Giants down 7. A chance here on the punt return. It's Richie James, but a fumble, 2nd lost fumble on a punt return today for James.
That's right. And these are things we haven't seen the Giants do during this win streak. They've been the team that takes care of the football, plays defense, causes a turnover or 2. Today, they were a little sloppy. They weren't very good on the offensive side of the ball. And Kenneth Walker, Ahmed, you know what I think of this guy. He's kind of awesome.
You think he might already be the best running back in the NFL?
I think he's in that conversation.
4th straight game with a touchdown, so the Seahawks continue to roll. Time now for Sunday Night Game Flow presented by Progressive. We're going to take a closer look at that Christian McCaffrey guy because we didn't show all of what he did today. Yeah, I mean, how good does he make the 49ers?
Well, I think the 49ers are a team to watch out for in general. I mean, they're not healthy. I think we would both look at them and go, they're a team that could challenge maybe the Eagles as one of the better teams in the NFC. And then the versatility of the Shanahan Shanahan offense, right, Jason Garrett? They run them out here. You think, oh, they're going to throw something. A screen to Ayuk, and McCaffrey's going to block for him. Oh, no, they faked it over there. They throw it to George Kittle on the screen. Now it's back out of the backfield. Oh, have fun with the safety trying to cover Christian McCaffrey.
This guy can just do it all, Simsy. We've seen him run. We've seen him run routes out of the backfield and make plays. And how about this? Throw the swing screen and just drop it down the stovepipe, just like Jalen Hurts was doing earlier. I mean, talk about a guy doing it all. And credit to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan to go get this guy. Recognize the environment, where we are as a team. We need to get a guy like this. They bring him in. They get him in the mix right away. He was the difference in this ball game today.
They get healthy on D. Deebo Samuel didn't play today. They still scored 31 points against a Rams defense. Watch out. They're going to have everybody's heads going in every which direction. They'll be dangerous.
Picture not as optimistic now for the team they played today, the Rams. Time now for a PFT update brought to you by Google Pixel. Mike, Rams go down in this one, as we just showed you. They did lose Cooper Kupp to an injury. What are you hearing there?
Well, he suffered an ankle injury, limped off the field with about a minute left and down 17 points. After the game, Coach Sean McVay said he's not sure of the severity, but he's kicking himself for not running the ball in that spot. Kupp was spotted in the locker room after the game with his ankle wrapped. He was limping. He told reporters he has to see how the ankle responds in the next few days, but he believes for now he may have dodged a bullet. They go to Tampa next weekend to take on the Bucs.
It's good news for the Rams. Tough to see them being what they want to be without that man right there. Getting you set for a scary one for any team that comes into Buffalo. It's the Packers today on Sunday Night Football. And now a special preview of tonight's game with some help from the Black Panther. Wakanda Forever in theaters November 11th. Getting you set for Packers and Bills here on Sunday Night Football. Two of the best.
That's right. Josh Allen. This is his favorite quarterback growing up. It was Aaron Rodgers.
Said he's stolen some stuff. Aaron Rodgers go, I want that pack.
Please, I need it.
Best of Week 8 brought to you by Verizon. Go around the league. Good day for the Titans. Beat the Texans. Good day for Derrick Henry. 219 yards.
A bludgeoning. That's what it was. It was just one big hole after another, and King Henry feasted all day long on the Texans.
Titans will visit Kansas City next Sunday night. Vikings over the Cardinals. 5 different Vikings scored a touchdown in their win over Arizona.
Minnesota keeps finding a way. What a great throw by Cousins, laying it over the defender to K.J. Osborne. They got a lot of weapons. They're playing the right way down the stretch.
6-1 right now. Here come the 49ers, too, beating the Rams. Christian McCaffrey's first touchdown as a 49er.
Yep, we saw the Shanahan special right here. A little trickeration, get the ball out to McCaffrey in a lateral. He throws the touchdown pass to Ayuk.
Cowboys all over the Bears, 49-29. Their most points scored this season. They improved to 6-2.
Mike has got elite ability, rare skills. What I love most about him is the relentlessness. He's rushing the passer. Before you know it, he's 30 yards down the field. He scoops up the fumble. He gets back up. He looks like a running back going into the end zone. The spirit that he's brought to that defense is incredible. It's contagious.
Helps when your defense scores like that. Seahawks over the Giants. Seattle won its 3rd straight thanks to this 33-yard touchdown pass from Geno Smith to Tyler Lockett.
Let Geno cook, baby. That's what they're doing up there in Seattle. One of the best stories of the NFL season so far.
Stayed atop the NFC West at 5-3, and the Eagles have stayed undefeated. Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown multiple times.
Hey, nobody throws the deep ball better than this guy. You leave A.J. Brown by himself in press coverage, he's going to wear you out. That's what happened today in Philly.
Best of Week 8 brought to you by Verizon. So we've talked about the Cowboys. We've talked about the undefeated Eagles. But what about the Vikings? They're 6-1. How good are they?
They're good. I put the 49ers in that conversation, but Minnesota's just on the outside to me of Philadelphia and Dallas.
Yeah, hard to win games. They're 6-1. They're finding ways every week. They're in that category for me.
Yeah. Not a whole lot of debate about the Buffalo Bills and how good they are. It is
They're
time now
good.
for home team picks brought to you by Lowe's. So I'm just curious by how much America is going to vote for the Bills here, and it is 85% of you are riding with Josh Allen and the home team, the Buffalo Bills. Mike Florio, who are you picking?
Well, let me tell you this. 2 weeks ago, I took the Cowboys, and everybody else took the Eagles. Last week, I took the Steelers, and everybody else took the Dolphins. I'm not saving it this week. I'm taking the Bills. Somebody else can take the Packers.
You know what? I will do it. It's desperate times for the Packers. I'm going Green Bay to win this one.
Look at you.
I'll be the guy.
Nice guy you are.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I just think there's too much of Josh Allen. The defense is too good. I think they overwhelm Green Bay. I'm taking Buffalo.
Green Bay is going to give them a fight tonight. They really are. It's going to be a close ball game. Aaron Rodgers is going to get this group going, but it's not going to be enough. I take Buffalo.
All right, let's get the sense of the guys there. Jack, we'll start with you.
I'm Mohammed, Green Bay needs this game more. I'm with you on that. I'm not sure Aaron Rodgers, though, has the facilities to take down a heavyweight in front of the greatest crowd that we've seen all year. It's an honor to join the Mafia tonight. I'm on the Bills. Who you rocking with?
I was out there earlier today. Bills Mafia is a real thing. It was awesome. I have one loss this year, and that was week 1 when I picked against the Bills. I'm not making that mistake again. Give me Buffalo tonight.
Smart man. Maria Taylor, who are you going with?
Matthew, don't rub it in our face that you only have one loss, but I'm with you guys. I'm also taking the Buffalo Bills. Rodney Harrison wanted me to let y'all know that he, too, would go with the Bills if he was here. Coach, who you got?
Well, Buffalo, it's a great crowd, great atmosphere. They're playing well. Sean McDermott, their coach, has never lost coming off a bye. You have to go with the Bills.
A perfect 5-0. And I know you probably think the winds are whipping here in Buffalo. Coach is kind of quiet here.
It's the calmest I've ever seen a win in Buffalo.
So we will see whether or not the Buffalo Bills and the Bills Mafia walk away with another win. But it'll be the 3-game slide of the Green Bay Packers that they're trying to avenge. We got the game coming up for you next. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark will have the call.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.